for mine like Russell Crowe. I tried to hustle snow. Now I sit in the front row. I had to grow. I've been to and fro. Put holes in Kama Sutra holes. Got hit with bottles, gashes left. I needed sutures to close it. If it ain't dope, don't put your nose in it. Stay in a child's place. This grown man business. I bear my soul like a naked witness, telling my own story.
What up, though?
What up, though? What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to Give Me My Props podcast. I am Larry Williams, a.k.a. the uncle that teach all the babies in the family bad words. That is JININJUICE,
What up,
a.k.a. JININJUICE.
What up, though?
And this is Give Me My Podcast. What up, though, family? How you feel today, Jan?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We recovered a little bit last week, but, we good.
I think I got you last week. And from this point on, we have decided we're just going to expose our complete week records to you guys. If we don't disclose them to you guys, don't get mad because we lost and we're mad already, so we don't need no added nonsense, okay? But, Jan, it's a pleasure being back with you. We had the Thursday night game. It was a nail biter. What I noticed was the Browns didn't use Nick Chubb in the goal line package at all. They got desperate and used him in the last time, when he scored. And I wasn't happy about not seeing him used in the goal line package. The Browns won. I thought they would win. I picked them. What say you, Jan?
Yeah, actually, I like the Browns, too. All my numbers are telling me to take Pittsburgh with the points. Anybody that took points with them had to be mad because they did the little flea flicker. You're going to throw the ball backwards 100 times at the end, and the Browns got a free touchdown, so that messed up a lot of people for betting purposes.
Well, you, my friend, you are too high on Pittsburgh, but I ain't going to talk about that in front of the family stuff. I won't, when you got people that don't live in your house and stuff like that, you ain't supposed to talk about, like my mama raised me, like, what happened in this house, stay in his house. And so I won't talk about that. You're too high on Pittsburgh, and you're too high on another team, too. And maybe we'll get to that later. But let's get to the schedule, Jan. We don't have a lot of time with everybody. Number one game that we want to talk about, and this is one that I feel indifferent about. I talked to a guy from Chicago. They're at home against the Houston Texans. Talked to a guy from Houston, and believe it or not, Jan, both guys picked the opposite teams. I'm taking the Texans in this one. Who are you taking, Jan?
I actually like the Texans as well. Chicago, I kind of think they're going to be the worst team in the league. I could be wrong, but they definitely have the worst roster. They definitely have the worst roster in the league. I didn't bet this, but I might bet this later. I didn't actually bet it as of right now. I'll decide before the show over if I'm going to bet it or not. But they're giving Houston 3 points. And this probably should be a pick 'em. And they're giving Houston 3 points. So I think Houston is going to probably win flat out.
Yeah, I like Houston to win flat out. And if they're giving them 3, I'm definitely saying take the 3. I think Houston's winning money line. Excuse me to my viewers who are watching up close and personal. This thing is out the trunk, so you may see some things that the people that are just listening to the audio only may not. And I just challenge you to try to get past that because we're out the trunk. I am Larry Williams, a.k.a. that stain on your shirt once you already out at the club and you tried to get something to eat before you went there. He's Jan Bond, JININJUICE. Don't laugh at that, Jan. You know who that guy is. Let's move on to the next game. We got Buffalo traveling to Miami. That's a big game, Jan. I'm not gonna give my pick away. Who do you like? I think we're on opposite sides of the fence on this.
I actually like the Buffalo Bills. They pretty much dominate the Miami Dolphins. They're giving Miami 5.5. Um, they pretty much dominate Miami. They didn't.
What you say? Pretty much dominate. Tell me what you mean by that, Jan.
Um, Out of the last 10, Miami, the Buffalo. Hold on one second. Out of the last 10, Buffalo is
He
9.
cleared his throat, everybody. This is serious. He means it. He's clearing his throat, everybody. He's like, ugh. So tell me, out of the last 10, Jan,
Miami,
that's a good sample size.
Buffalo is 9-1 straight up against Miami. 6-3 against the spread. And a
What
lot
about Tariq Miami? Does that matter?
that matters a little bit. I give Tariq, I give him Tariq a point. But these games are not even close. The last seven, these games not even close. 11-26, 35-0, 56-26. They got a close one, 31-28.
Tua
30.
threw for over 400 yards and 6 touchdowns last week, and you're gonna doubt him right now?
They could definitely make this competitive, but I think they still would end up losing by a touchdown or more. Um, Buffalo's hot right now. The Ravens had a banged up secondary, and it was two blown coverages on the long Tyreek um, catches. They wasn't like they were like he was manned up and then he beat the man. It was blown coverages where somebody didn't know what they was doing. But Miami is an approved team, which means they probably should make it a decent game. But I just can't pick them to beat Buffalo.
Okay. Well, money line, I don't know that we're gonna bet this because this is definitely a pick'em game in my opinion. And it sounds like in Jan's opinion as well. Would you agree, Jan? Is this a pick'em game?
Uh, I don't.
He don't want to call it a pick'em because
No.
of the history. The hell with that. I'm taking the Dolphins. He's taking the Bills. We're moving on. Baltimore at New England. I like the Ravens in this one. This is something I'm betting. This is a money line for me, and I'm parlaying it with two other games. What say you, my friend?
I actually would lean to the Ravens, but the Patriots been playing pretty solid defense. Even though they probably been playing some garbage offenses to make them look a little bit better.
They ain't seen Lamar.
Right.
For sure. They ain't seen Lamar.
Right. I'm not sure what Belichick is going to try to do against Lamar.
He likes to take away your best option. He does.
Right. Right. Which for them I would say is the tight end, but I don't really know at this point because pretty much everybody's not is playing zero coverage. They're not playing no safeties. They're forcing Lamar to throw the ball down the field, and he actually has been winning that. Even though they lost the game to Miami, Lamar played fantastic. It wasn't his fault.
That boy playing for his life, Jay. Shut up.
Definitely.
What he turned down? 170 million guaranteed, or what did he turn down? He turned down a lot guaranteed.
Yeah, I think
he's playing for his life.
Yeah, he want that Watson money, which he deserve for that team. The Ravens are pretty much Lamar or nothing, so he deserved every penny that he should get.
Be careful, that ain't our lane, boy. We don't talk about that money like that. We talk about that boy bag. That ain't our lane, Jan. No, we just gonna talk about what they supposed to do or whatever.
Right.
We're not talking about that money. Well, listen. Let's take it back to the King's English. We were warned about that previously. Somebody put something out there that it had to be the King's English. I like Baltimore in the game, and it sounds like you do too as well, right?
Yep. That's
a money line. I'm betting it. What about you? I don't want to add a long awkward pause. I don't know why we had an awkward pause.
Um,
We'll get better. This out the truck though.
yeah. Did I bet this? I think I did. Actually, I think I bet this. I parlayed this with another game, and I'll say it when we get to it.
Yeah. Well. Listen. We've got a solid three-team parlay, and we also have a best bet and a give me my prop bet too. We hadn't been really doing that, but we're gonna give you a prop. I know the show is called Give My Props, and we ain't gonna always have a prop for you. I'm gonna be honest with you, but we do have a prop for you this week. We have a best bet for you this week, and we have a parlay. It's not a no-brainer parlay. See, a no-brainer parlay means that there's really no risk involved as we are concerned. But we do have a parlay from you. There are three games that we certainly bet. The Ravens is one of them on the money line. But to make it work for yourself, because the odds are so bad on the Ravens winning this, we've parlayed it with two other games. We don't recommend you go over three. Definitely not over four. You can go four. It's risky. Okay. I even actually broke the rules and went five this week, but I'm not gonna bring you that far behind the curtain. Let's move on. We like the Ravens in that game. Moving on to the Vegas Raiders against the Tennessee Titans at home. Tennessee, they don't look good. I don't care what you say. The Ravens, they are 0-2, and they're desperately searching their first win. I think they get it against the Tennessee Titans at home. What do you think, Jay?
I like the Raiders. Tennessee look real bad. It look like they have nobody to throw to. I don't know who they gonna throw to. It's pretty much Derrick Henry a bust, and they play like that. But Derrick Henry looked a little slow and a little off. He did not look great, and he didn't look great against the Giants either.
I
Um,
thought the play calling was really predictable in that game.
it
What
definitely
did we
was.
talk about? You and I we were kind of going back and forth with the game, while it was going on. They did the same things: play action on first, run on second, pass on third, long third down. You don't make it, you punt the ball, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did the whole game, except the first drive. They kind of went down, but which they did at the first drive, but it was new. But once they got the ball again, they did the same thing. And they took Derrick Henry out on third down. Which they usually do, but they were just so predictable. And then once you got behind, you can't run anymore. Like you out of Derrick Henry's game plan. So good luck with Tannehill and me and you playing receiver. Good luck with that.
So, I mean, bottom line, both of these teams are 0-2. We're not really messing with the game. If you want to bet it, I would bet the Raiders win. I don't know. What are the points on that, Jan?
They giving Tennessee 2.5.
Yeah, for me, that 2.5 might be safe. I'm ready to move on. What say you, my brother?
Oh yeah, let's move on.
Jacksonville, tough win against the Colts. They looked really impressive last week. They're 1-1 against the 1-1 Chargers at home. You are super high on the Chargers. I think Jacksonville may bring them back down to earth. Trevor Lawrence, amazing young prospect, and I think he actually goes into Los Angeles and gets the win. I'll take Jacksonville on the money line in this one. I'm not going to bet it, but if I were to bet it, I'd take Jacksonville money line. And there were five upsets last week. There were five upsets the week before. And so I'm going to count this as an upset as well. I'm taking Jacksonville. What say you, my brother?
Uh, I like the Chargers. I'm gonna lean to the Chargers on this. I'm not betting this. Um,
Too high on the Chargers.
yeah, the Chargers are good on paper. But Jack,
You said
Jacks,
on paper, folks.
Jacksonville didn't shock me. We actually hit that bet versus the Colts last week, and we hit it last year. That didn't surprise me, but I'm gonna bring it back to the middle. Jacksonville is still a work in progress. Um, I don't trust them. They can probably play it close, but I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one. But I'm not betting this game.
I'm not. I'm definitely not betting that game. That's one I can certainly stay away from. It's one that I recommend all of you guys stay away from. But if you have that itch, um, I'm taking Jacksonville. He's taking the Chargers. You can do what you want to do. Um, I won't ask you to give me my props because we don't know what's going to happen. But what we do know is going to happen is that game in Seattle versus the Atlanta Falcons. I gotta go to the sheet on this one because Gino turned into the pumpkin on me, and I'm really upset about that. And I knew he would. You know, he's the classic Cinderella. He looks good early. He's got the glass slippers and the beautiful, dress and all of that. But by the time the clock strikes midnight, Gino is usually going to turn back into Cinderella. He's going to have the tattered dress or what have you. I took the Falcons in this one in the away game versus the Seattle Seahawks. What do you think, Jared?
Um, this game they got this as an actual pick 'em. They're giving Atlanta 1 + 1 point for Seattle being at home, but it's a pick 'em. Either way you bet it is -110. I'm leaning. I'm actually probably going to bet this. I'm going to take Atlanta. I'm going with Atlanta. Atlanta kept it close with the Rams. They kept it close with the Saints, and the Saints and Rams are pretty solid teams. And they kept it close with them. They could have won both
They're better than
games.
the Seahawks for sure.
Yeah. The Seahawks got up for that rust, but I think that was their Super Bowl. Let's beat Russ. I think it's over for them.
All right, let's move on, man. Now, tough game. Uh, NFC West, AFC West. Denver at home versus the San Francisco 49ers. I think that the Denver Broncos are fool's gold. I think Russ may be who they said he was, a guy that was protected by the run game, by the defense. I like Jimmy Garoppolo coming back into the fold. You and I, we kind of laughed about it. I don't know how right or wrong it was, but we'll say in a couple of years, who was that guy that used to play quarterback for the Niners? The young guy, and then Jimmy came back in. So I'm taking Jimmy Garoppolo in this one. I think they're going to coast against the Denver Broncos at home. What do you think, my friend? We talked about this, so you can expand upon it. But we've got a few more games to cover, so we may not want to go too long.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna pass this game. I don't have nothing on this game. I know only thing I do have is Russ has beaten San Fran 4 straight times, but he was playing in Seattle, so I don't know if that is a Russ. I don't know if that's that gonna travel with him. But
Pete Carroll, Legion of Boom, Marshawn Lynch, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Your stat doesn't impress me. How many times he beat?
yeah, well, Marshawn might have only been there for one, but I get your point. But
I named 9 other people. I named 9 other people. You can say what you want.
yeah,
Marshawn.
I'm gonna pass this one.
Okay. But he's passing it. You gotta pick a team, bro. Who you taking?
I mean, if you put a gun in my head, I'm gonna.
I'm definitely putting a gun in your head. Right. A figurative gun. Look at it. Look right there. There's his gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with.
Oh, y'all didn't see that on the radio. I put a gun to his head, not literally, but
I'm gonna go to Broncos. I'm gonna lean to the Broncos, but I'm not betting it, folks. But I'm leaning to the Broncos.
I'm definitely not betting that. But if I were to bet, I would definitely bet San Francisco. I'm thinking about betting it right now. I haven't so far. I've only bet one thing as far as I told you guys. And there are more games that I'm gonna bet. And let's just go ahead and move forward. We got the Carolina Panthers at home against the New Orleans Saints. Both teams are struggling, in my opinion. Jameis doesn't look good. Baker looks even worse. But they do have Christian McCaffrey. I think Kamara's coming back this week. I gotta take the home team in this one, Jan. It's not like I know who's gonna win. This is a pick 'em in my opinion. A divisional matchup. I'm gonna take the home team. What do you think, Jan?
They giving the Panthers 2.5 points. Um, but New Orleans dominates this division straight up. They're 8-2 in the last 10. I'm going to lean to New Orleans. I'm not going to bet it. They're actually 5-5 against the spread, so it's kind of a toss up if you want to take minus points. I probably wouldn't take. I probably would take Carolina plus the points if I'm betting it, but I'm not going to bet this game. I'm gonna pass.
I ain't bet for sure. This is a pick 'em to me. I don't know who the heck wins this game.
Yeah,
Tell the truth. Do you know who wins this game? Jameis looks so terrible.
he does.
Baker looks so bad. Christian McCaffrey is terrible, and Kamara, we don't know how old he is.
Yeah, if Kamara plays, I'll go with New Orleans. If he doesn't play, because we don't even know if he's playing, I might lean to Carolina if Kamara doesn't play.
I'm gonna call Kamara auntie and see what's going on because I don't even know if he's gonna play or not. Let's move on because I can't call her right now while we're on the podcast. But I'm gonna call Kamara auntie because she know. Trust me, everybody auntie know everything. Y'all think the aunties be like the secret weapon in people's family. But I ain't gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going away against the uh, Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts won. Excuse me, the Colts lost a huge game against Jacksonville. I think they got shut out. Didn't they get shut out last week?
Yeah, they didn't score nothing.
Oh my gosh! There's no way that Kansas City loses this game. I am betting this on the money line. I'm inclined to give as many points as I need to, but certainly money line, and I'm going to parlay that with the bet that I told you guys earlier, which is the Ravens. The Ravens versus the New England Patriots. So I'm parlaying this. Okay, so that's 2 games out of the 3 games that I'm really parlaying that I feel good about. I am taking the Kansas City Chiefs. They look magnificent through 2 weeks. I don't see why there's any reason to feel like they won't look that magnificent again. Tell me more about what you think, Jan.
I'm actually going to lean to Kansas City. I'm not betting it. I think this is desperation mode for the Colts. They don't want to go 0-3. I think they're going to try to compete. So they could cover this spread. But I'm not going to bet it. But I would bet on the money line, and I know we have this in the parlay. But I'm not betting it personally. I know you betting it for the show.
Yeah. I've got a 3-game parlay. I've exposed 2 of them already. We're moving on. Our Detroit Lions against the Minnesota Vikings. Both teams are 1-1. Everybody's jockeying for a position in the NFC North. They know that Rodgers is limping. Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are limping, which they hadn't been, too many other years. They do start coming out slow. The Lions are really good against the spread. What's the spread on this game, Jan?
6.
Okay. I'm definitely taking the Lions with the 6 points. I'll take the Lions with the 6 points. Money line, I'll take the Vikings. But with the points, I'm taking the Lions.
Yeah, and I actually like the Lions plus 6 as well. I bet this one. The Lions have actually covered the last 3 times they played Minnesota. They actually won one of them. I think they keep it close. The Lions are undefeated against the spread this season. The Lions were number 3 in the whole NFL against the spread last season. They cover spread. So give me the Lions plus 6, and I actually going to give you all a prop. Give me my props. I got.
Hold on. If this thing got the Trump, so we don't really have sound effects and all that other stuff. But if we have sound effects, we would sound right here. He said, "Give me my prop." So everybody, when this thing jump off, and it happened, Jan, Tell the people what to do.
Give me my props.
What's the prop you asking for?
Amon St. Brown, anytime touchdown. He's actually on a 6 game streak of catching one touchdown going back to last season. So I think the
6 games.
6 games. So I think it's a real good chance he could do it again. This is the prop of the day. Give me my prop.
Is 6 games a lot of games to catch a touchdown? Man, how many people? If what? Who's active at 6 games? Or I mean, it got to be more than just him.
Cooper Cup is at 8 actually right now. He's getting closer to Jerry Rice. The record is 12, and Cooper Cup is inching on Jerry Rice. But Cooper Cup doesn't. They got it at negative 250, so I can't tell the people to bet that one at minus 250. But
St. Brown to score in the prop bet. In the prop bet, St. Brown to score is what? We even money hunters. Is it even money there?
yes. What is that? Plus 105, I think it is on MGM.
That's even money. He done did it 6 times in a row, folks. 6 times in a freaking row.
It's a good chance he'll do it again.
Yeah, it's a good chance. He may not do it again, but it's a very good chance he'll do it again. Let's move on. Get Janice props. He's giving it to you. This is our best bet. He's jumping on there, or one of our best bets. He's jumping on there. I'm not going to bet the game. Jan said he is betting the game. He's taking the Lions. They're really good against the spread, folks. Let's move on. The Bengals, the reeling 0-2 Bengals. They have turned back into Cinderella for sure against the Jets. And who's out there? Joe Flacco, right?
Yep, Flacco. Yep.
Yeah, it's Zach Wilson's hurt. Flacco, I heard he may come back. Flacco's out there piloting the ship. 1-1. What will we do from here, Jay? I actually like the Jets in this one.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah, I will lean to the Jets as well. The Jets beat them actually last year. They actually put me on my Survivor last year. The Jets beat the Bengals last year. Thanks a lot, Bengals. The Bengals.
I'm 2-0 in the fantasy too, America or family. Excuse me. I'm 2-0 in my fantasy league. In his fantasy league, he's the commissioner. I'm 2-0 in that thing. I'm the number one seed right now.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
The Bengals are turning back to the Bengals, the Bungles, they used to call them. So I'm leaning to the Jets, and I will probably. I'm not betting this, but I probably would take the Jets plus 6.
I definitely would bet it, but if I did bet it, I'm taking Jets plus 6. Let's move on. Divisional matchup, really tough one. Washington at home. And everybody respect them. Calling the Commanders. If you call them the R word, you're not a part of this family. Okay? Bottom line, we got to respect folks out here. Respect is big for me. And respect is big for Jen, too. So, we are going to go with the Washington Philadelphia game. Washington's at home in this one. But Hurt and Nil, I'm going to get real hood with it. Hurt and Nil look good, Jan.
Yeah, they look good.
And I don't care how many points they give up. And I know this is a tough divisional matchup. I think it's a 50-50 in the last 4 or 5 years or 3 or 4 years. But I can't pick against Hurt now. They don't play as well away as they do at home. But I ain't picking against Hurt them. They look too good. What do you think, Jan?
Yeah, they definitely look good. They put a hurting on Minnesota last week, on Monday night. They put a hurting on them. They actually split. I mean, well, Washington actually lost both games last year. I'm gonna go with Philly, but I'm not. Well, actually, I did bet this. I took this on the money line, and I parlayed it with Buffalo. So I did bet this on the money line.
So here go the third game in my parlay. And the bottom line is he's taking Philly. He loves them to death. No way Washington beats them. They may be the sorriest team in the league. He disagrees. He thinks somebody else, whatever the case is. Let's move on. This is a game that I did bet. The third game of my parlay. So I've got Buffalo on the money line. Excuse me, not Buffalo, but I have the Ravens on the money line. Um, I have the Rams on the money line. I have the Rams on the money line, and I have Kansas City on the money line. Okay, and the Rams is the game that we're moving on to next. That Rams game is something that I really look forward to seeing. Um, they dominate. They dominate Arizona. I've got them stacked in my daily fantasy league, and hopefully I win because that would be another X amount of hundred smackaroos in my pocket. But I like the Rams in this one at home against Arizona on the money line. Not sure what the points are, but I'm definitely taking the Rams in this one. Matthew Stafford goes nuts again, elbow and all. What do you think?
Yeah, the Rams have dominated this series. Kyler Murray has actually only won one game against the Rams since he's been in the league. They're nine.
Say that stat again.
Kyler Murray has won one game against the Rams since he's been in the league. The Rams are 9-1 in the last 10, 8-1 against the spread, 8-1-1 against the spread. This is actually my best bet. Um, Give me the Rams minus 3.5. I think they cover.
Wow. I would like to disagree with you because it's always better when we argue, but I can't disagree with you on that. Let's move on. The battle of the bosses. The battle of the bosses. Okay, we got two Hall of Famers, two guys who careers that hadn't necessarily paralleled each other, but they've always been considered the top guys in the league. Especially in the last 5 to 10 years. And we've got Rodgers, and he's going away and facing Tampa Bay at home. I like Tampa Bay. Brady's beating Rodgers. The last two times they've played. Brady's got all the Super Bowls. Rodgers got all the controversy. Give me Brady in this one. I will put my Michigan hat on if I need to, but I don't think I need to. Um, Give me Brady, man. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as injured as they are. I'll take them versus, the no receiver having, the limited defense having Green Bay Packers, and they're in an away game. I'm taking Brady. What do you think, Jan? I'm not gonna bet it. I'm gonna watch it like a regular fan. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet this game. As of right now, I could change my mind, but I'm not betting this game. It's a pick 'em, but I'm actually gonna lean to Green Bay. The Tampa Bay has no receivers. Julio's hurt. Godwin is hurt. Mike Evans beat somebody up. He's out. Uh,
He attacked Marshawn Lattimore. He attacked him.
yes, he's the T
You should
attacker.
be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself, Mike Evans.
But he was protecting Brady, so you gotta.
First of all, he wasn't protecting Brady. Leonard Fournette was protecting Brady. Mike Evans came up. He came from the locker room and just knocked this guy down like a pro wrestling where he comes out like the Ultimate Warrior. I'm not with that.
Yeah, but let's go to the next one.
All right, this is our final game, yeah. The last game, divisional matchup. The 1-1 Cooper Rush led Dallas Cowboys going to the New York Giants, and they're 2-0. We can say we want about the Giants. They're 2-0. They're leading the division right now, and I'd like to see how this shakes out. I like the Giants in this one. They're at home. Why not?
Yeah. I don't know if the Giants are a pretender or are they real or not yet. I'm probably going to really analyze the Giants this week to see backup quarterback. Dallas
I
is
don't
at,
want to make a pick, America.
it's a
Make
pick.
a make a pick.
It's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em. And Dallas actually dominated the series, but well, even with Dak was hurt, they dominated the series because Dak did miss. Well, the year before last, he missed the whole season. What was that last? That was the year before last. But
And the people that are watching this, like where you video through the, just forgive me for the bad video here, but and it doesn't have anything to do with what me and Jen talking about right now. But bottom line is, I'm that dude who live next door to you that need to borrow stuff, but he never brings it back after he borrows it. So you can take this video and just do what you want to do with it, okay? But this is more about the audio listeners. This is for our Pop the Trunk people. Well, I hate to be like Jenna to come and say Pop the Trunk. This is for our day ones.
definitely, and I'm actually probably gonna lean to the Giants on this, but I'm not betting this game. I'm not betting it. I'm gonna pass.
I ain't betting this game either. Okay, I bet three games, and here it is: the Ravens, the Rams, and the Chiefs. For me, it ain't a no-brainer, but it's a really, really good parlay to string together. I think it's roughly 200. We're even money hunters, so we get plus 100. We're happy, but hang in there with us. I'm glad y'all came out and hung out with us again. Another happy hour, as my people used to say. Um, this is me, Larry Williams, the dude that keep getting jumped on by his girlfriend brother, the stain on your shirt after you already showed up at the event and tried to wash it on the bathroom. He is Jan Bond, Gin and Juice, and this is the Give Me My Props podcast. And we gonna see y'all after we make all this money and make y'all look smarter at the water cooler or the break room or outside wherever y'all at. But when you win and you start quoting off this stuff that we talking about, just make sure you do one thing. And what is that, Jan?
Oh, give me my props.
Give me my props. Thank you. Thank